dating e-card, hindi na gumagana. Kaya may ano na. So, ang binutas ka.
Hello! Ito po yung pagkain namin ng 3 araw. Penitensya ba?
Oldest and largest public market. Carbon Market is the oldest and biggest public market in Cebu City, dating back to the early 1900s. Oldest city in the Philippines, Cebu City, known as the Queen City of the South, was established in 1565, making it the oldest city in the country. Birthplace of Christianity in the Philippines. The first Catholic Mass and baptism took place in Cebu in 1521. Oldest fort in the Philippines, built in 1565. Fort San Pedro is the oldest and smallest triangular bastion fort in the country. Defensive purpose. The fort was built to defend against Muslim raiders and pirates during the early Spanish colonization. First Spanish governor of the Philippines. Legazpi was appointed as the first Governor General of the Philippines in 1565. Founded the first Spanish settlement. He established the first Spanish settlement in the Philippines in Cebu in 1565, marking the beginning of more than 300 years of Spanish rule. Founded Manila. In 1571, he captured and established Manila as the capital of the Spanish East Indies, which became a major center of trade and governance. Traveled with friars. He was accompanied by Augustinian friars, including Fray Andrés de Urdaneta, to help spread Christianity. Replaced Raja Humaban's influence. In Cebu, he formed alliances but also gradually replaced native rulers' power with Spanish rule. Plaza Independencia is one of the oldest and most significant public squares in Cebu City. Used for military and civic events. During Spanish rule, it was a parade ground. Under the Americans and Japanese, it also served military functions. Name evolution. It was formerly called Plaza de Armas, Spanish era, Plaza Mayor, then Plaza Libertad, and finally Plaza Independencia after Philippine independence. Underground tunnel. Beneath the plaza is the SRP tunnel, a modern infrastructure project that connects the city to the South Road properties. Gateway to world-class beaches. Cebu City is the starting point to famous beaches in Mactan, Malboal, and Malapascua. Sinulog Festival. Cebu hosts the grandest festival in the Philippines, held every January in honor of the Storm Niyo, Child Jesus. Blending of old and new. Cebu's culture is a mix of Spanish heritage, indigenous traditions, and modern Filipino influences. Strong devotion to Summer Niño. Cebuanos are deeply religious, and the Basilica Minore del Summer Niño is a central spiritual site. One of the oldest churches in the Philippines, the cathedral's origins date back to 1595, when Cebu became a diocese under the Spanish crown. Seat of the Archdiocese of Cebu, it serves as the central church for the Archdiocese, making it one of the most important religious sites in the country. Baroque and Spanish colonial architecture. The cathedral features thick coral stone walls, arched windows, and a facade that blends Baroque and Spanish colonial styles. The streets just outside the church are alive with the vibrant hustle of street vendors. Devotees visit 7 different churches to pray, and reflect on the Stations of the Cross, including the Metropolitan Cathedral and Basilica Minore del Santo Niño, where this street is located. Destroyed and rebuilt, the original Metropolitan Cathedral was heavily damaged during World War II and was rebuilt in the 1950s. Basilica Minore del Santo Niño. Home of the Santo Niño de Cebu, the church houses the oldest religious relic in the Philippines, a statue of the child Jesus, Santo Niño, given by Ferdinand Magellan in 1521, declared a basilica in 1965. To mark its 400th anniversary, Pope Paul VI elevated it to the status of Basilica Minore. The Archdiocesan Museum of Cebu showcases the rich Catholic heritage of the Archdiocese and the role of the Church in Cebu's history. Located in a historic building, the museum is housed in the old rectory of the cathedral, which dates back to the 19th century. Former bishop's residence. The building once served as a residence for Spanish-era bishops and priests. Near Cebu Metropolitan Cathedral. It's just beside the Cebu Metropolitan Cathedral, making it easy to include in historical tours. Opened to the public in 2006, the museum officially opened in 2006 to preserve and promote the religious and cultural history of the Archdiocese of Cebu. Displays religious artifacts. It features centuries-old statues, liturgical vestments, church documents, and sacred vessels used in historical religious ceremonies. It houses the papal robe that Pope John Paul II wore and the chair used by him. Specifically, it's a white chasuble, or liturgical, vestment he wore during a mass in Manila in 1981. Highlights early evangelization. Exhibits focus on the Christianization of Cebu, beginning with the arrival of Ferdinand Magellan and Miguel Lopez de Legazpi. Preserved coral stone architecture. The museum's building still retains its original coral stone walls and Spanish colonial charm. The term retablo comes from the Spanish word for board behind and is a multi-tiered structure that encloses revered objects, typically paintings or sculptures of religious figures. This area of the museum features some replica of the belongings of the past popes. A chalice is a sacred cup used during the celebration of the Eucharist, Mass, to hold the wine, which is consecrated and becomes the blood of Christ. According to the staff of the museum, this stairs is the original since the building was constructed. It is more than 100 years old. Site of the first Mass in Cebu. The first documented Catholic Mass in Cebu was held on April 14, 1521, following Magellan's arrival. Cebu as an archdiocese. The Archdiocese of Cebu was established in 1934 and is one of the largest in Asia today. In Catholicism, the hostia, from Latin meaning victim or offering, refers to the Eucharistic host, the round, unleavened bread used during the Holy Mass. Pilgrimage site. Cebu is a major Catholic pilgrimage site, especially during the Feast of the Summer Niño. Catholic art and icons. Cebu preserves many Catholic religious artworks, relics, and altars dating back hundreds of years. Vibrant Catholic culture today. Over 80% of Cebuanos identify as Roman Catholics, showing how strong the faith remains in daily life and culture. We saw a painting of St. Peter's Basilica. It is considered one of the holiest Catholic shrines and an important pilgrimage site. At over 3,000 adherents, the province of Cebu has the highest number of Roman Catholics out of any province in the Philippines. With many beautiful islands, white sand beaches, luxury hotels and resorts, diving locations and heritage sites, high domestic and foreign tourist arrivals have fueled the tourism industry of Cebu. Cebu consistently gets a big share of tourist arrivals in the Philippines and has become the tourist gateway to central and southern Philippines due to its central geographic location, accessibility, and natural resources. Due to its burgeoning furniture-making industry, Cebu has been named as the furniture capital of the Philippines. With a revenue growth rate of 18.8% in 2012, the real estate industry is the fastest growing sector in Cebu. Cebu's economy is also driven by the mining and quarrying areas in Toledo, Naga, Alcoy, and Danao. Planted in 1521, the cross was planted by Ferdinand Magellan on April 21, 1521, to mark the arrival of Christianity in the Philippines. Cebu's transformation. The monument reflects the evolution of Cebu from pre-colonial times to Spanish colonization, to American influence and modern-day development. Sculpted by Eduardo Castrillo, it was created by renowned Filipino sculptor Eduardo Castrillo, known for large-scale historical sculptures. Inaugurated in 2000, the monument was unveiled in July 2000 as part of Cebu's celebration of its colorful 500-plus years of history. Highlights religious heritage. It features Catholic symbols like the Stommer Niño, Basilica Minore del Stommer Niño, and other churches, showing Cebu's strong Christian influence. Tribute to Filipino heritage. It honors the struggles and triumphs of the Filipino people, especially Cebuanos, through colonization, religion, trade, and revolution. Popular for history tours. It's a regular stop in Cebu City heritage walks and cultural tours, especially for students and tourists. Oldest residential house in Cebu, built around the late 1600s. It is considered one of the oldest surviving houses in the Philippines. Original owners. The house was originally owned by Don Juan Yap, a Chinese merchant, and his wife, Maria Florido.